Now, why would Eddie be personally checking the band's equipment?
Show's in big trouble, then suddenly it's all over the media with ratings bound to jump, thanks to a few homicides. Band had been threatening to fire him, plus we got his prints on the echo pedal, aka the murder weapon. Take a stroll around that studio, why don't you, and see if you can come away with any catchy tunes.
Eddie, we're ready to look and touch. Here's your warrant.
Do what you have to do and get out of here. You break it, you bought it.
Looks like a file was downloaded from an audio website, then encrypted. We can recover it in the lab. It's a letter from a private jet charter. A fire extinguisher had been discharged on the aircraft, and they're issuing a fine of $13.60 to Eddie's production company. Might belong to a power cord.
Rise and shine in the county slammer. Could be Texas or maybe Alabama. I'm not the end of the bottle. I shot too many, I shot too many. I'm down on my luck, and I ain't got a penny. I shot too many. And when I'm back on the streets, I'll just do it again and again. I shot too many, I shot too many, I shot too many, I shot too many.
Yeah, well, this ain't in my contract. Stinkley, back off, creep.
Cut me a break, guys. Eddie says he wants some behind-the-scenes stuff. You know, DVD extras.
Well, here's something extra for you, Toady. And Eddie, too. There won't be any DVD unless Bullet Train releases it. Not after I get through suing Tillis' greedy lion ass. Oh, Todd, don't mope. Tell you what, stick around. When your little girlfriend shows up, you can shoot some amateur porn while me and the boys pass her around.
You know, you shouldn't talk about people like that. You guys you're evil.
Seems to be the schematics for an echo pedal like the rigged one at the crime scene, which you'll recall had Eddie's fingerprints on it. This prong was probably torn from the power cord using a pair of pliers or a similar tool.
I hear you have a new lead on the Rockstar murders.
Eddie, the band's manager. He's got motive and opportunity. I imagine he stands to make more money off of Bullet Train CD sales now that the band is dead.
I imagine you can back that up with evidence?
Well, we know that Eddie was under pressure from the TV execs to fix the contest so that Andrea would win. We have his fingerprints on the echo pedal that was essentially the murder weapon. His computer contained detailed schematics for the altered echo pedal, and the ground prong that was found in his recording studio caused the electrocution.
Nice work. The evidence tells a good story. Are you on your way to see Brass for a warrant?
Yeah. Time to get Eddie in our own recording booth and see where he fits into the mix.
Eddie had the schematics of the echo pedal, which he thoughtfully left his prints on, and now evidence indicates he fooled with the power cords. Let's get the manager-producer over here and see if he can manage to produce an explanation. Before we start, mind if I call you Eddie?
Yes, I do mind.
We need you to help us through a few snags we've run into.
If you know, tell me, 'cause I don't.
That pedal was altered for a shocking reason, and the schematics we found on the computer in your studio would have been very helpful to whoever did it.
Yeah, right. Look, I'm sure this is all very interesting. And when you work it all out, be sure to leave a message on my machine. I have a business to run and to promote, and the entertainment news people happen to be waiting for me at my studio right now.
We're interested in some news, too. As in how that doctored pedal changed the current on Andrea's mic. In your studio, we found this prong that was pried off the power cord on Andrea's mic. Without that prong, the power cord couldn't ground the current, and Andrea and the band took the full jolt.
Right. A tragedy. And you obviously know more about it than I do. Than I care to, really. Our tech Todd's there time to time. Does some AV work at the studio. The band, of course. Kathy and Andrea both recorded there.
Let's see if this melody is familiar. Your show's in the dumper. Network's threatening to pull it from the schedule and toss you in the circular file, should the finale tank. The Train's threatening to sue you over their best tracks in years, possible CD or two, DVD action. And you decide dying would be a good career move for these ungrateful, overage bad boys. You latch onto that echo pedal and its power cord, download some schematics, and soon you've created some very real buzz for Bullet Train.
Whoa, guys, look, back off, okay? Just think for a minute. Bullet Train, those guys were a pain in the ass, but what rock group isn't? They were laying down great sides, and if the TV ratings weren't high enough for the execs, we were still playing to a way bigger audience than the band had seen in years. Why would I want to wreck that train? I can't explain how that stuff got in my studio, but I do remember the morning of rehearsal, Todd came by the studio. The stage set had been trashed in the night, and I was so furious. I was so upset I ran over there to check out the damage. I must have touched that pedal then. Take it up for a spin if it'll get this over with. Probably that psycho bitch Jill Wild. Not that I can prove it. I mean, you know she's raised ex-ball and chain, right? And she was bent out of shape. The band taking on a new lead singer in such a public way.
Damn. Let's get to work. Nice work. What do we have here? Pedal with the missing screw. Printed pedal diagram. Todd may have given his life to Bullet Train, but it could be Bullet Train gave their lives to Todd. And now we know how our flame retardant entered the game.
Hey. He's on his way to...
What?
Todd, you surprise me. You're not just a backstage boy. You're a player. A beauty like Andrea, man. Surprised the tape didn't melt. All it lacks is audio and maybe some funky 70s disco.
Cut me a break, guys. I said Andrea and me hit it off, so I wanted a video to remember it by. Well, if that makes me a pervert, I got a lot of company. It's not like I was gonna put it on the internet or anything.
That echo pedal and the schematics in your quarters made it onto your tape and gave us something to remember you by.
No way. That's a fuzzy, awful homemade video. You could never see stuff that small.
Maybe Andrea dug you, or maybe she was using you. But you didn't care. Either way, you jumped from stalker to rocker of her world. Only small world, the rest of the band was too. So you rig the pedal, but forget to put back the screw. The boys blasting that fire extinguisher, while the two of you were making it, that pushed you over. That erased any doubt, and the plan went from half daydream to full reality.
No.
Afterward, you went to Eddie's studio, and as soon as he left, planted evidence against him. What went wrong, Todd? Was it finding out Andrea was riding the entire train? Or did you decide if you couldn't have her, nobody could?
It wasn't supposed to be that way. I had no way of knowing those stupid bastards would take their boots off and get into it like that, holding on to her, and her mic, and the mic stand. Hell. But they liked her more than Kathy, didn't they? Wanted Andrea to win. She put the idea in my head. She told me if Andrea was gone, if she were around, I could really be part of the band. Only with Andrea, I'd always be just a nothing. Always a nobody. Then she said frame Eddie and be the train's manager. And none of those guys would ever push me around again. No, you're not listening. Kathy. That's not Andrea on the tape, it's Kathy. Kathy's the one that slept with me. Kathy's the one who slept with the band, not Andrea. Andrea was... She had more class than that. She was good. Too good for the train. Too good for me.
Okay, so Kathy dresses up like Andrea for a little role play in the hay. Then Kathy explains how you can have it all. Just reverse a little electrical switch and take Andrea out of the game.
Doesn't look like Kathy on the tape.
It's her, all right. She said she found a memo in Eddie's studio about rigging the contest against her. She knew I was in a bad way over Andrea. So she started coming on to me. When, she was through servicing the band. She'd wear Andrea's clothes and put on a wig, and it was like I always dreamed. And Kathy said it would be like this all the time for me if she won. She made me feel like a winner for once. I never meant to hurt the boys. Suddenly they take off their shoes like Andrea, and I couldn't stop it. It was a total accident, a nightmare right in front of my face. Yeah, they could be mean, but I loved their music, and they were my whole life for as long as I can remember. I just wanted to be in a place where they'd have to respect me. Go ahead, arrest me. I deserve it for stupidity. But you've got to stop her. Kathy's the evil one. Look, that jet is mic'd to record audio for the TV show. There's a drawer just under the TV bar on the plane where the daily tapes are stored. You're gonna find tape 23 real interesting, especially about 3 hours in. Well, sure, I mean, they picked on me, but it was always in fun. They know I work hard for them, and they're still just kids at heart, just encouraging me to lighten up about things. They never meant any harm by it. They're in the jet. Look in the drawer under the...